What's up, peeps? Hey, we had some technical difficulty here this evening, but we didn't want to let you down, and so we fought and fought and fought until we got it right. Hope everything's going on out there, going okay on a nice Sunday. Mike and I just want to come at you and throw some stuff at you. As you can see, our title is "How to Lose 10 Pounds in 20 Days." So, Mike, what's been going on in your world, brother?
Hey, just want to say what's up to everybody, man, out there, man, and Purdue's in the championship game. Watched the women's game today. Everything's been fine, man. I saw you out there riding that motorcycle today, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Yeah, it was a nice ride, but that ride was yesterday, and I
Okay.
just delayed to put it up.
Delayed,
You know what I
delayed it.
mean?
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I don't want people to know where I'm at always. So
I got
I go 24 hours later, then I bring things on board. But no, it was just something we did yesterday. Nice little anniversary for one of the chapters that we had, and it was all good. You get out and get a chance to get some fresh air in your hair,
you.
and
There you go.
and then you can just kind of enjoy the family that's there and just talk and lie to each other and laugh and have fun. That's pretty much how we do it.
There you go.
But
There
it
you
was a
go.
good day. It was a good
Okay.
day.
All right.
So yeah, people,
So
go
this
ahead.
week we're getting back into our fitness thing. So we're talking about losing what, 10 pounds in how many days?
Yeah, let's
Weight
drop
loss?
10 and 20. Let's
10 and
drop 10
20.
and 20.
All
Yeah,
right.
I
So
like that number. And it's
what you think? What's your process on that?
well, basically, of course, it's always number one, closing the hatch, right? And making sure you're not just eating out there just for because you got the munchies. I would say most hunger is cravings. It's not really that people are hungry; they're craving something. So you're sitting around watching TV. You're just got nothing going on in a sense, and you're just chilling. You think first thing you want to do is I should be snacking on something while I'm looking at this TV program or whatever it may be. So boredom has a tendency to affect all of that. But the way we're going to go about sharing with people, my goal is for us to just kind of give them some true insight on on the best way to go about doing it without starving yourself, without overexerting yourself, but yet pushing through. I always like the term pushing through. So if you have the goal mindset, you're able to push through something to get what you want. So there's never really any easy methods, meaning that we're not going to sit around the house and lose the weight. But if we're active, we're going to lose the weight. And got a few steps that we want to share with people, like towards the end, just kind of let them know that it's possible and it's simple as three things that you need to do. But I tell people all the time, man, is that when you're eating in general, for me, I'm not really all about fasting, but when I look at it in a fasting state, I usually don't take my food in until about 3 to 5 hours after I wake up. So I always recommend that for my clients in the general. No need to wake up and just start eating right away because 9 out of 10 times, if you're eating too much food, you're going to go to work, and what that's going to do, make you sluggish.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you think about eating a light meal, your receptors are open and you're more aware of what's going on instead of eating a large meal. And next thing you know, you feel sleepy after a while. Your body start to shut
Right.
down,
Right.
even though it's an early state. But that's all. And just kind of, we just want to give them some insights. So
That's kind of my take too.
yeah,
That's what I do. I agree with you on that part because I don't eat and probably till later on in the day like you do. I
yeah,
and I've had some people tell me, man, you need to eat as soon as you get up before you work out, all that. And
yeah.
that's never been something I've done, even when I played ball and stuff. I've always, for me, I can't do it for my stomach reasons. I don't like feeling that the extra weight and stuff and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. So my way of doing it, it's it could be different from everybody else. The fasting thing, going back to that, I know a lot of people will go 12 hours, 16 hours, whatever amount of hours they want to go, but I can't starve myself that long because it's just something that my body is not trained to do. Working out all the time, I need to eat my food at some point, and you can't not allow the muscle to go after a breakdown of training. You're breaking the muscles down, and then you wait this long period of time before you really eat something. So I would do a maximum. My wake up time always, if you've heard me say before, I get up around 3:30, 3:45. I get my cardio in, and that's when my 5 hours start, in a sense, because when I go to the gym, I don't want to be full. I don't want to be stuffed. I may have a little sip. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I'll take in a little something to get my body going. If I do drink coffee, it's more creamer than coffee because I'm just not a big coffee guy. But I try to stay pretty much working on a fasting state during my workouts, which number one is going to keep my insulin level low, not spiking anything, and my body's going to go search for energy. And so now it's going to help me as I'm breaking down my body fats, hopefully use my source of fats for the source of energy. And then I'm able to, function until my so-called 3 to 5 hour time is up. But as I stated, is that this occurs just when I'm getting up and about the time I train, and that it's time for me to eat. So I'm not out there preaching to anyone right now, preaching that, oh, you need to fast, you need to do this in order to lose weight, because it's all subjective and it's how you can deal with that. So have you done any fasting at all, Mike?
I've done some fasting, and I've done some detoxing. Fast for me, it's hard for me. If I do a fast, it's more so for spiritual reasons, more to get my mind back and my body back to where I want to get it, as far as one day or something. But I'm not a fasting person because I don't think it works for me. I think maybe I do an unintentional fast because, like you said, I get up at around 5 o'clock, and by the time I work out and I'm done working out and everything, it's about 9:30. I'll have my greens, and then I'm just drinking water, and I probably won't eat till probably about 12. That's
Yeah.
when I start. That's when I start refueling my body and everything.
Got it.
So
Do you have a
I
particular
don't
time?
think it's fast. I just think it's just something that my body has been used to over the years.
Do you have
I'm
a
not really a
particular
breakfast
time that
person.
you
I'm more
stop?
a morning person. Eat a lot.
Can
What's
you
that?
hear me, Mike?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Okay.
you now. That's
Because
what I said.
I was asking you a question. You was like, blah,
I didn't hear
blah,
the question. I didn't hear it. That's what I said.
So do you have a certain time you stop eating, bro?
I try to stop eating about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
My time. And when I say that last meal is maybe a shake or something light, nothing heavy for me.
Yeah.
I try to get everything in what I'm gonna do in between that 12 and 6, 12 and 7.
Right.
That's what
Okay, that's
I
cool.
try to do, and I try to mostly protein. Um, I got to mix my meals up because I can't eat a lot of greens. I have to watch what I eat because, like I said, I'm on blood thinner, so I have to kind
Yeah.
of. I'm more so watching the protein more than anything for me. And when we're talking
Yeah.
about losing in 20 days, I always increase the water, so it can start flushing out, and
Yeah.
then cutting all the sodium and sugars out, and that when you lose weight that fast, you can drop that water. You can drop at least 5-6 pounds of water right away, and then work
Yeah.
on the rest. So
Yeah. But the reason why I asked about the weight, the what time you eat before you go to bed, because here's a controversy, people. Listen to this. Here's a controversy about eating food lightly or heavy before you go to bed. Now, we all know out there is that when we eat light, we are awake. Our body can go and do its things. We do the normal stuff. When you eat a large meal at nighttime, what happens when you eat a large meal, period? You sleep, you get the rest, you get all those things, right? So that is a controversy out there about, should I eat light before I go to bed or should I eat heavy before I go to bed? Now, those out there who fast, the way they look at it is this, is that if I fast for, I don't know, 12 hours of my 24, then I have at least 6 hours to eat as much food as I want to eat. Because you got to get your calorie count in order to hold whatever you're doing, right? So they eat all that food during the day. But during the day, a process of eating is kind of like what I say I do in general, is that you start off with light meals, 12 midday, you get a little bit more food into your system, especially after you're working out and all that stuff. And then your day coming to a close, you cut back on a couple of meals and now you're on meal, say 5. And then on the fasting world, they said, eat as much as you can. So you can go to bed. You can go to bed and you'll be tired, you're sleepy, and you're gonna sleep from that. Your body's full, you're relaxed, blah, you're out. So how do you feel with the process of the two balancing of eating light before you go to bed, eating heavy before you go to bed? Now, you just mentioned about you go shake or something before you go to bed, right?
Right.
And so are you allowed to completely, do you feel as though have you ever done the other side of it where you eat
Yeah,
and go to
I've
bed?
done both. I've done both.
Okay.
I
So
don't
which
like.
one you felt best with?
I feel better when I eat lighter.
Okay.
I mean, like you said, I do if I eat a big meal. Say if I'm going to bed, I try to go to bed by 9 o'clock or whatever. If I eat a meal, say 8, and it's heavy, I don't feel good.
Right.
You know, I don't. I mean, yeah, I might sleep well, but I feel full and bloated or whatever. I feel heavy. I don't know.
Right.
Back in the day, people would say, "Hey, I don't want to feel heavy when I go to bed." I don't know if you remember that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's how I start. For me, I don't like that feeling because I'm older. I don't know if my body is digesting or taking the food because I'm older or whatever. I
Right.
just don't feel. I don't feel right. So that's why I try to eat something. I'll eat my heavier meals in the middle, my middle part of my
Which
day. I'll
makes you
start off a
sleepy at
little bit,
work.
huh? What's
Which
that?
makes you sleepy at work. You sleep
No,
at work.
no. Well, no, not really, because I'm moving. I'm moving. So,
Right. I got you.
so,
Yeah.
so for me at work, I'm moving or I'm at home because I'm
Right.
retired. It just depends on what
Uh-huh.
I do. And then,
Uh-huh.
then the days that I'm at home and I eat my
Yes.
meals in the middle, I'll take a nap. I'm not gonna sit here and
Okay.
lie. I'll take a nap.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
then
yeah.
I get that nap and I feel better. Or
I
some
got you.
days I'll go back and I'll now with the time change, I'm walking at night
Okay.
and later
Okay.
on. So I'm walking off some of that stuff too. For me, that's how I feel about it. I don't know, maybe what works for you, but like I said, I've tried both, but I like the lighter side and then
Sure.
the heavier side on my last meals.
Got it. So one more question for you. So what if you ate a healthy meal?
Hmm.
Some people when they say, "Oh, I'm eating a lot of stuff before I go to bed," they talking most of all the calories they should have had the day before.
Right,
So of
right,
course they're
right.
gonna feel yucky and probably fall asleep. But say you ate a healthy meal of, I don't know, say 800 calories, which
Hmm.
is a normal big meal in a sense for most.
Hmm.
Do you find that your tummy accept that food well if it's a lot of food but light food as you mentioned? This is for the people out there, so answer
Yeah,
that.
yeah. For me, it's still I still don't feel like I want to feel. When I go to
Okay.
bed. And that's like I said. I don't know if it's because I got older. When I say 10 years ago, I could do it. I
Right.
was doing it because I was eating those 5 meals, and that last meal was still a decent meal between 600 to 800 calories, maybe a little bit more.
Right.
But now that I'm older, man, it seems like I'm not eating as much later on,
Right.
even if it's healthy, even if it's, say 6 ounces of protein with something else mixed in with it, or salad or whatever, greens, green beans, whatever. You
Right.
know, I still, for my stomach, it just doesn't feel right when I go to bed. I don't feel comfortable.
Right. All right. I like that. I mean, everybody out there's different. That's why I wanted to hear your side. I get my side and kind of we'll bring it into a funnel and let it run out at the other side. So for me, I believe in the slight climbing of the meals and then
Mhm.
the slight declining of the meals towards the end of the night. What I want people to understand is this: your body will tell you if eating a healthy, heavy meal and you feel the indigestion, you feel the backlash of it wanting to come back. Now you know that your body is not processing that amount of food.
Mhm.
So please understand is that it's not about this way or that way. You got to find out what works for your body. You also got to find out that you're eating the right amount of calories that's fit for your body so that you're not overindulging And then you're saying, okay, why am I gaining weight? Well, that's a simple question to yourself, is that you're eating the wrong foods, you're eating too much of it, and you're going to bed. So the other side of the scheme of that on the non-fasting side is this, is that if you do what Michael just stated about eating light meal at the end of your day, and you're up about 2 or 3 hours before you go to bed, now you're going to go to bed on an empty stomach. Two things happen. Some people will be hungry and they'll wake up and walking around the house looking for something to eat, or you'll stay asleep and your fasting will start a lot sooner. So for example, with me, when I say I'm fasting for 5 hours before I eat, 3 to 5 hours, we'll put it there because that's about right, my training time, that when I go to bed at say 10 o'clock, I am hoping that my body is going to reach the fasting phase around about 3 hours into a deep sleep, right? They say 5 hours, but it depends on what you've eaten. And so my body will start fasting automatically. So now I'm in a meal prep fasting phase. I'm in an automatic body fasting phase where your body starts doing it automatically. So now you can see how your body can say, I've had 10 hours of fasting because of when you ate your meal, when you went to bed, when it kicked in as far as your sleep is concerned, and when you got up, and you kind of go from there. So when you're trying to lose weight in general, and you're going to go the fasting way, just remember this. If you're working out, it is the only way you can hold muscle. If you don't work out, lift weights, you're not going to hold muscle. The other thing I want to bring to you guys' attention is that when you're training, just remember, if you have a set of say 12 to 15, that's your rep set. Remember the last six reps, 5 to 6 reps, I should say, it's when your body is actually getting the most resistance and getting the muscle build that we're looking for. So don't try to force yourself to do all these reps, because the only thing that matters is the last 5 or 10 reps, depending on the weight that you're lifting. Now, if you want to jump right into building muscle, then you lift heavy right from the start. Your first 5 is like tough stuff, right? But most of us already know that we try to do 10 to 12 reps, 12 to 15 reps, and people have a tendency to preserve that rest period or that push on that first rep so they can do the next rep. Don't ever hold back on your reps. Go full force from the beginning. And the bottom line is on that is that when you go full force from the beginning, if you're going heavy enough, you're going to, around about 5 or 6, you're going to go, oh my God, I can feel this. And that's when your body is now actually building muscle. So what we talk about building muscle, Mike, is breaking it down, right? We got to break the muscle down, and then you go home and eat, and that's how you build your muscle. So,
and then you rest.
And then you rest. So those are the things when you say, I want to build muscle, I want to lose weight. But, you know, you could take a person who is, I don't know, we say obese person, they're going to drop the weight instantly. You know what I mean? As soon as they get going, boom, 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 the weight goes, then they plateau out. And the reason why they plateau out, now their body's going, okay, now I'm going to fight you for the rest. So now you got to figure out your proper training and your proper eating.
And that's what we talk about the 90 days at that point. Because now we're seeing, hey, if you're really going to be in, if it's going to be your lifestyle, because it's like you said, when you get that heavier person, the results, boom, 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 boom. And then when they plateau out, it starts getting real tough for them. And they're like, hey, I'm not losing any weight no more. I'm not losing the weight at those 10 pounds, 7-pound increments like I was. I'm losing maybe a pound, a half a pound. And that's when you really, that's like you said, that body starts fighting you. And that's when you really start, that's when you know now, hey, I'm going to be in this lifestyle because now I got the patience and I've been doing it. And now it's going to start coming in a little bit different rate. But your body's going to start shaping up a lot different though.
Yeah, that's right. And that goes right back to the beginning of what we stated. Pushing through. You got to push through those barriers because they're going to always be there. You're going to be disappointed and then you're going to be excited. You're going to be disappointed. You're going to be excited. But that's a test. It's just a test of your testimony of whether you're all in or you're toe dipping. So if you're toe dipping, you're not going to get anything done. I don't care if it's in relationship, whatever it may be. If you're toe dipping, it's just going to fall apart at some point. So you got to jump all in, learn what you can from it, and then you move on. But the bottom line is that I want you guys to understand that what Michael has said and what I've said so far is that there are always two ways. It's not one way. And some people like to fast, and some people understand fasting can take place while you're sleeping. That could be 5 hours of sleeping and another 5 when you get up. Now you're at a 10-hour phase and your body is still getting the same results. So my biggest thing is I share with everyone is that don't jump up in the morning and just start eating a big meal. Because you're gonna want to go, you're gonna go right back to sleep.
And I totally agree with you on that, because that's how I am, you know.
Yeah.
But you have some people that are like, no, when you first get up, before you go to the gym, you gotta eat. You know, I'm like, no, you don't. I mean, you know, people are different. And like we said, here we are right here. We have two different but similar ways of doing things that work for, you know. And I'm not saying not to eat, but I'm just saying that big heavy meal going to the gym, that's tough, man.
A protein shake is good for you guys out there who want to have a protein shake.
Meal, like getting up, some people say, "Oh, you got to eat your first big meal right then." I can't stomach that.
Yeah, they're not going to see that on any YouTube video. If you watch Days Eating with the Pros, you don't see anybody jumping up eating 10 egg whites and all this other stuff. You use it after the fact. And so it's just being smart about it and knowing what your goals are. Now, when you talk about goals, in general, a lot of people are unsure, Mike, how to actually find out how to do their goal weight, right? So a lot of people will say, I want to lose 10 pounds. Okay, that's fine. But what is your goal weight?
Yeah.
So if a person weighs 240 pounds and you say, I want to weigh 220. All right. So now, how do I get my goal weight? Your goal weight is you go 220 times 13. That will give you your total calorie count of how much food you should be eating. So if you're out there, people, and you're just trying to lose some weight, just please do this one formula, and then you'll realize how much food you really need. Okay, so go your goal weight. I don't care if you weigh 300 pounds and your goal weight is 200 pounds, then you need to eat those calorie counts to get down to that, because that's where your body is going to go to.
Right,
it's going to go. And so you just have to be smart about it. Someone who's obese, you want to say, you know what? I want to weigh, right now I weigh 300. I want to weigh 280. Make 280 your goal weight. Then you want to go 240, make 240 go away. So you can keep dropping down, because I don't want you to think I meant I'm 300. Now I need to go down to 2,600 calories to be 200, and you've been eating 9,000 calories. That just be unfair to someone who's setting them up for failure. But give yourself those increments of weight loss. Use that goal number, meaning from 300 to 280 times 13, and that will always give you the correct amount of food.
As you do your increments, what you're saying, as you do your increments, you multiply by that 13.
Yeah, you change it again.
Your final goal, like you're saying, I'm 300. I want to weigh 200, but you're still breaking down. You got little mini goals in between there, because, like you said, you don't want to just go from 7,000 calories to 2,600 calories, and it's not going to happen. And so we talked about this. You wouldn't stick to anyway.
That's right. We talked about this before, and it's the compound effect. That compound effect is a little bit till you got a lot of it. So that's how you go about doing it. Make life a lot easier. People, don't try to be, balls to the walls, burst out the door, because the first person who start running is the first person who get tired. So they're going to catch up with you. So just kind of take your time and get there and finish the race and reach your goals. And you should be excited about that. Just remember the one thing about hunger. Only people who know hunger is the people out there who's starving. Believe that. They know hunger. We do not know hunger. We know cravings.
I tell them
we know cravings.
You don't know what being hungry is.
Yeah. We know cravings. And so The only way to kill those cravings is to make sure you're eating your meals on time, making sure your fluid intake is on point, and making sure you're doing the necessary things to allow your body to recover. And so close the hatch. Quit eating just because you're watching a movie. Quit going looking in the fridge when you've had your meal like an hour ago. And just do all those right things, and then your body will function and do the things that it needs. Your energy source will go through the roof because it doesn't have to fight so much. And with the whole idea backing up a little bit, that what Michael was talking about not eating a lot in the mornings, remember that during your sleep time, our bodies are amazing. They're amazing. It's amazing. So what it does, it creates enough glycogen in your body to get you to at least 3 hours just waking up and not doing nothing, right? And so your body is producing that so you can survive over a period of time. Then, like they say, when people die in the desert, they die of dehydration, not starvation. Your body's going to eat something. So just be patient, set your goal times, set your eating times, set all those things that's going to help your body recognize your food as your source of energy and not a storage source like a chipmunk, and just holding it in your mouth until you can chew on it again.
I tell people, I say,
go
hey,
slow.
Just because it's the winter don't mean you have to go into hibernation.
Yeah, absolutely. absolutely. So, okay, drum roll, man. This is how you guys do it. Mike and I are gonna tell you guys exactly how to lose 10 pounds in 20 days. Now, if I'm wrong, you write me and say you was wrong, and then we're going to talk about why I was wrong and you was right. I'm going to ask you, did you eat? Did you do the steps? Did you do all these things? And then we can debate on it as long as you want. But I'm going to tell you what I do know that worked. I trained, I don't know, over 1,500 people during my 30 years of doing this, and it works for people who really, really focus on dropping their weight. First thing is this: know your calories / grams of protein, what you're supposed to have. How are you going to go about doing that? You're going to go your goal weight times 13. Goal weight times 13. The next thing is this: make sure that you enjoy that small fasting phase. That's not because you're trying to make it happen. It's just part of your training regimen. I'm not going to eat for the first 3 or 4 hours after I get up. That's your small fasting phase. The other side of that is being able to go out there and do some cardio. If you can do 10,000 steps a day. Now, I know it sounds like a lot, but for every 10 minutes, depending on your pace, you can burn 1,000 calories. Mm-hmm. Okay. So every 10 minutes, 1,000 steps. So for every 10 minutes, you're 1,000 steps. 10 minutes, 1,000 steps. Now, depending on your pace, if you're 5 foot, you might have to go a little bit longer. But if you're walking at about a 3.0 speed, that's what I do. Mm-hmm. And I am 6 foot and I can get above that. So if you guys are out there, just make sure you get those steps in. The steps are important. And so now we're looking at you doing the right thing by getting your numbers, right? That's your goal weight times 13. You're doing the right thing by making sure you're going through that non-mental thought process of fasting. It's just happening. Feel free to have some coffee or whatever you have in the mornings to just kind of settle that mindset of, okay, now I got to wait another 3 hours before I eat, right? Those of you who do take protein shakes, so be it. But I'm telling you, if you wait for a minute, you're going to be a lot happier unless you get up and do your cardio straight in the morning. Okay, now we get all that, right? So now the other thing is this. If you decide that you want to go from 10,000 to 12,000 calories, 12,000 steps, man, you're killing it. Anything above that, I will tell you, is that you are a rock star. Your goal is going to come to you faster than anyone. But what I want to bring to your attention is that please do not count the calories that if you got an Apple Watch on and you're going like this and you're walking, it's going to give you steps. We already know it's going to give you steps. So please don't use those as your steps. What I do is that I turn my Apple on when I'm doing my steps and I see what I've done in that time. And then I know If I have to do extra cardio to get it, so be it. But I'm going to make sure I get the 10,000 in, and watch how fast your body changes. We don't have to tell you that you need to be on a clean diet. That's kind of automatic. So me to tell you, yeah, that's automatic. If you're trying to lose weight, you've already changed that habit. And just remember, each time you plateau, then step it up a notch. That's all your body's doing is fighting you. Just step it up a notch and watch how fast you change. 20 days, you can lose 10 pounds. I don't care what no one tells you. You can do it, because I've seen tons of people do it. And not once was they complaining about, oh, I walk too much, or I feel tired, I can't, because you're just strolling through the park. You're not doing some high intensity workout that most people can't do anyways.
Right.
So how do you feel on that? Those three little things.
No, that's perfect. That's what I tell when I first start with people. I always tell them, I said, we got to work your way up. I said, if we can get 10,000 steps in a day, and then if you want to do extra cardio, that's fine. I'm with you on that. That sounds just like what I tell people right now, and like and when we talked before, I'm trying to, now that the time has changed, I go out and after, I do my cardio in the morning at the gym. I'll do an hour, but I'll do just like you said, I'll get my watch and I'll start my watch when I start my walk. And once I hit those 10,000 steps, then I know I'm good.
Yeah.
I know I'm good. And I tell people that, and people don't realize just doing those steps every day, that's big. And people don't realize, they don't think that that's good. But I tell people, don't, like you said, they want to count their whole steps for the day. Hey, no, that doesn't work that way.
It's not that easy.
Well, I did 10,000 steps, Mike, and I'm like, well, how's that work? I said, so at work, you started your watch and you went to 10,000 steps. Oh no, that's just what I did the whole day. And I'm like, no, we need to do it like that. And I'm glad that you said that too. And I'll just interject too. Make sure you drink your water, and like Rob said, don't be that monster that gets up at night and you want to start looking for food. Drink water, put some water by your bed. And drink some water when you get up if you have to use the bathroom, because I know it's not easy when you get up and all of a sudden you thinking your mind is saying, or you're hungry, and now you want to go get something to snack on. And now you're going, now you're just defeating it, Rob. I've done it. I'm not gonna sit here and say
me too. I'm not like Mr. I do everything perfectly. People believe that. But I just want you to know, if you have a set goal, it is very easy to reach those goals by doing these three things. I'm telling you, it's not a lot. It's not a lot, man. I'm telling you, trust me on this one. It works.
These are guarantees, because if they're not, like Rob said, come back with us, because, hey, you know what? I'm doing me a little thing, because I got a little reunion coming up. I'm gonna lose a few pounds, and watch. I'm doing this. I'm doing exactly what Rob talked about. What I'm talking about. Those three things. I'm not changing a whole bunch of things, but I'm gonna do those three things. Those are the things. I know I gotta get my calories. I know I gotta get my steps in. And I know I gotta watch what I'm doing. And and that's it. So it's not that hard, but sometimes we make it a lot harder than we should make it, because it's something that we don't want to do.
That's right. Challenge yourself, people. That's the only reason we're here today, to let you know you can do this. Push through it. Don't let someone tell you can't do it. And especially the monster that's in your head, the one over here who's saying you can do it, and the one who says no, you can't. So, so fight those monsters and those demons, and prove that to yourself that you can lose 10 pounds. Once you lost 10 pounds, now you can go as far as you want, because you got the pattern down. Your body is ready for it, and the program is just like waiting for you to make it all happen. But with that being said, Michael, I just want to let everybody know the things we share with them. I am willing to, of course, if you go to fit.robertjohnsontraining.com, you click on that, right at the top one, it says 22 effective core value weight losses. So go in there, it's free. I'm giving it, it's on my app. It's on my training app. It's all free. Go there and pick it up. And then if you just want to dig in deeper and you really want to know how to train, you really want to know how to eat, just go ahead and get the app and take advantage of that, and then keep me posted. And we will definitely be talking to one another once you're on the app, because it's going to give you the link to reach out to me and make things happen. So do the right thing out there, people. Yeah, man.
Exactly. Hey, like Robert said, man, he has a lot of stuff out there on his app, man. A lot of free stuff, a lot of stuff that can help you guys, man. That's right there. You know, if some of you guys are like that, hey, want to have it in front of you, just hit him up. It'll pop up, and it's free. Ain't a lot of people giving away free stuff these days, people. I'll tell you that.
Not at all.
You can reach me at House of Darkness Fitness on IG and Big Darkness 59 on IG. And if you want to ask me some questions about, you know, some of the things that you're going through because you're doing it right now, hey, we're always here to help, always here to answer some questions. And hey, we challenge you. We challenge some of y'all, get out there and do it. Hit us back up in 20 days, 30 days, and let us know how it worked out for you, and we can talk about it.
Yeah, and send us a photo of your changes, because we'll put you right here on the podcast and show people what you've done. Or if you want to, you can always go into the comment section and let us know you want to come on board and share with us about your goals and what you've done so far. We'll bring you onto the site. We can have at least 10 people on our podcast. So bring your whole football team if you want to. Volleyball team, basketball is the thing right now, at least for Michael. It's Purdue right now. So
hey, one more day. We got one more day.
Yeah. And so it's exciting out there. But we wish you guys well. It's a Sunday, and start your week off properly by getting up and trying these 3 things. It's simple. And you can listen to this podcast over and over in case you missed something, but it's all right there.
All right, let's go get it, people. Let's start off tomorrow. Tomorrow is our day. Let's go.
Peace out.